Hey, welcome to Daily Bravo Drama. In this audio, we will be talking about Jax Taylor leaking a brutal email about Brittany Cartwright's parenting, Katie Maloney getting stung by Beau Clark's harsh comments on House of Stassi, and Bethenny Frankel's brand new Hamptons Cafe getting slapped with a stop work order on opening day. Plus, we have rapid-fire updates on Scheana, Lala, Alexis Bellino, and so much more. We'll cover everything coming up in this audio. Hey, this is Delilah.
Hey, this is Fahid.
Welcome to Reality TV Audio Podcast, where we break down the latest in reality TV every day. So grab a seat at the table with us, as the third person here, because today we were doing a deep dive into just a massive stack of sources.
Oh yeah, we've got a lot today.
We really do. We're looking at leaked emails, TikTok responses, fan forums, basically trying to figure out how these reality stars are actively blurring the lines between actual real-life crises and just calculated PR spin.
Right, it's like the weaponization of real life.
Exactly.
It is a totally fascinating tactical shift. I mean, we are no longer just watching people throw drinks at dinner parties.
Which, we kind of miss sometimes.
True. But now we are watching them deploy legal documents, medical records, and municipal code violations as literal storyline ammunition.
Yeah, it's intense.
It really is. And having you here listening as we map out these strategies makes the analysis so much richer because, well, the audience reaction is actually half the story now.
It totally is. So let's jump right into the deepest end of the pool. We are starting with the most viral, trending news of the day, and it is a prime example of this weaponization we're talking about.
Oh boy. The Jax situation.
Yeah, Jax Taylor has basically unleashed what can only be described as a scorched earth PR tactic against Brittany Cartwright.
Scorched earth is right.
I mean, he leaked a deeply personal email claiming Brittany is, quote, full of ST and lying on her podcast about their son, Cruz Coochie, starting kindergarten.
The sheer volume of highly specific private data in this leak is just staggering. Jax is explicitly asserting that Cruz hasn't started school at all. I mean, his central claim here is that Brittany completely ignored doctor and therapy recommendations for 2 whole years.
Which is such a heavy accusation.
It is. He isn't just saying she's a bad mom, He is providing this entire timeline of alleged medical negligence.
But wait, is Jax really trying to be the concerned, proactive dad here? Or is he just realizing that positioning himself as the, quote, responsible parent is the only way to win this PR war?
That's the big question.
Because he claims he was the one who had to step in, book the appointments, and get Cruz into a special needs program with an IEP.
It is a big deal.
Yeah, and for anyone listening who is maybe outside the public school system, an IEP is an individualized education program. It is a formal, legally binding document detailing a child's specific special education needs.
Right, it's a very official, private thing.
Exactly. And Jax is emphasizing that he has the receipts. He is pointing to email proof from the principal and the LAUSD, the Los Angeles Unified School District.
You really brought the paperwork.
He did, but it makes you wonder, though, where is the line? Because leaking an IEP and a child's developmental delays feels like the ultimate reality TV power move. But as a parent, it just feels deeply uncomfortable to consume this as content.
Well, the line basically disappeared the moment the custody battle began.
Yeah, that's fair.
Reality TV stars litigating their private co-parenting disputes in the media is, standard practice at this point.
Unfortunately.
But weaponizing a child's IEP is a massive tactical escalation. If you look at the mechanism here, what this email actually accomplishes, it completely dismantles Brittany's public narrative as the primary put-together caregiver.
It really does.
And it shifts the heat entirely off Jax's recent public missteps. It forces Brittany onto the defensive regarding her maternal fitness, which is just a brutal PR maneuver.
Brutal is the word.
But the real insight, I think, comes from how the audience digests it.
Oh, the audience is completely fractured over this. You have one commenter, going by the name Champagne Hangover, who literally called the situation a dumpster fire in a train wreck, barreling towards a tsunami of fickery.
Wow. Very descriptive.
Right. But then they immediately followed it up with Team Jax.
Which is wild.
It's so wild. The fact that viewers are declaring Team Jax while actively watching a child's medical and educational history get exposed just shows how Bravo audiences prize bringing the receipts over basic decorum.
Absolutely.
The truth, even if it's completely weaponized, usually wins the reality TV crowd.
Yeah, that commenter perfectly encapsulates the modern viewer's dilemma. Like,
Yeah.
we recognize the toxicity, but we reward the transparency.
We really do.
From a purely analytical standpoint, Jax's leak is highly effective at polarizing the audience and driving engagement.
Oh, definitely.
Moving strictly on from the intense nature of this specific email, my quick take is that this sets a terrifying precedent for how vicious the off-season of the Valley is going to get.
Oh, for sure. And if Jax is out here laying out municipal school district receipts, the rest of the Valley Extended Universe isn't holding back either.
Not at all.
Let's look at how friendships are being weaponized now. So Scheana Shay just revealed the real reason she and Lala Kent are no longer friends.
Finally got some clarity there.
Yeah, she clarified it wasn't just like a single explosive event, but multiple incidents over the years, which directly challenges Lala's recent claims that Scheana is the one who has changed.
Right, the whole "you've changed" narrative.
Exactly. And the fans are aggressively taking sides on this one. One comment pointed out that Lala is actively trying to take over the Valley and that she and Janet are making the show almost unwatchable because of their energy.
Well, the audience is reacting to a structural necessity of the show. I mean, reality TV ecosystems require constant friction to survive.
Okay, I have to push back on that a bit.
Go ahead.
Friendships in the Bravo universe operate like these fragile political alliances in a medieval court, you know?
That is a great comparison.
You don't keep someone like Lala around because you inherently trust her. You keep her around because she's the attack dog that keeps the peasants, or in this case the viewers, entertained.
Right.
But why do these shows constantly require a designated villain to keep the engine running? Like, do they really need that to survive?
Because stability is the enemy of a multi-season reality arc.
I guess that's true.
You absolutely need a disruptor. Someone like Lala acts as the systemic catalyst for conflict. Her role isn't to be liked. Her role is to source everyone else in the cast to take a side, react defensively, and generate a storyline.
Force them into a corner, basically.
Exactly. If everyone just gets along, you have a documentary about pleasant dinners in West Hollywood,
Yeah.
and literally nobody tunes in for that.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch them eat salad in peace.
But acting as the catalyst brings severe blowback, and anyone caught in the crossfire gets burned. Just look at the current situation with Luke Broderick.
Oh man, that is a perfect example. Luke is facing massive internet backlash right now.
Huge backlash.
Fans are slamming him as misogynistic simply for explaining his reasoning for skipping the reunion. And watch what happens live with Kristen Duty.
People are not happy.
The internet is coming for him hard. But then, you have a totally opposite perspective emerging in the forums too.
What are they saying?
Well, another fan argued that Luke absolutely deserves a week in Colorado to go hunting and fishing, just completely away from the toxic LA drama.
Which perfectly illustrates how the audience uses these cast members as avatars for their own values.
Oh, that's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, some viewers look at his avoidance of the reunion and frame it as a refusal to support his partner, stamping it with a misogyny label.
Right.
But then other viewers look at the exact same action and view it as a rational, healthy escape from a highly toxic work environment. Reality TV thrives on these endless, recycled debates over what constitutes good or bad partner behavior.
It really does, and it's exhausting just tracking the debates sometimes.
It really is.
So let's leave Luke to his fishing and pivot to someone who actually chose to step back into the fire.
Let's do it.
We are heading over to Katie Maloney's return to reality TV on the new Hulu and Disney Plus show, House of Stassi.
Big return.
But before we unpack Katie's drama, we want to give a quick listener shout out to CA from LA in the comments, who pointed out that trusting certain reality stars is an absolute recipe for disaster.
A completely fair assessment of this particular labor force, honestly.
It really is. And here's a fun fact for you, out there listening. Did you know that when a reality star says, "I felt like we were roommates," it is statistically the #1 phrase used before a Bravo divorce?
The kiss of death.
Katie Maloney actually confirmed that in her recent press tour.
It is the universal death knell. The moment the roommate phrase drops, the marriage is absolutely in the final act.
So true. So Katie is opening up about her return, and she admitted that Beau Clark's comments regarding her friendship with Stassi actually really stung.
Yeah, that had to hurt.
Beau was apparently incredibly passionate about protecting his wife from getting hurt by Katie again. And on top of that, Katie revealed she was completely unaware that Christina Kelly and Taylor Strecker were initially super skeptical of her role on the new show.
That's a tough environment to walk back into.
Right. Why would you return to an environment where the star's husband and the supporting cast are actively doubting your presence?
I think it comes down to the psychology of trauma repetition versus conquering a narrative.
Okay, unpack that a little.
So, Katie walked away from the Vanderpump machine because the emotional toll was immense and obviously heavily documented.
Yeah, we all saw it.
Returning to a space where there is built-in skepticism requires massive psychological armor. But by aligning with Stassi's new vision, which is actively branding itself as a departure from the toxicity of their past show, Katie is attempting to rewrite her own professional ending on her own terms.
She is definitely taking control of her narrative, especially regarding her past marriage.
How so?
Well, at the finale dinner party, Katie used that famous roommates phrase while the ladies were discussing Stassi and Beau's struggle.
Oh, bringing it back.
Yeah, and viewers immediately assumed she was referencing Tom Schwartz's infidelities. But Katie explicitly clarified she wasn't talking about the physical cheating.
Interesting.
She was talking about the deep emotional abandonment she felt in her marriage, noting that when that void exists, people eventually find connection elsewhere.
The mechanics of that clarification are vital here.
What do you mean?
She's moving the audience's focus away from the sensational act of an affair to the quiet psychological void that precedes it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Reality TV audiences are so conditioned to react to the explosive moments, right? Like the physical cheating. But they often ignore the mundane emotional abandonment until a cast member literally spells it out.
Yeah, the day-to-day stuff doesn't make good TV.
Exactly. By articulating her past trauma this way, Katie is showing genuine personal growth.
And she is bringing some heavy-hitting support with her, too. Ariana Madix, made a supportive cameo on House of Stassi, filming with Katie at their West Hollywood sandwich shop. Something about her.
That's huge.
Katie emphasized how important it was to have Ariana there for their first time filming in the shop. It feels like a very strategic merging of fan bases, doesn't it?
Oh, it is textbook cross-promotion.
Definitely.
They're essentially funneling the residual goodwill from the Vanderpump audience directly into this new Hulu series. It's a smart business move wrapped up in an emotional support blanket.
The internet, of course, had to throw some cold water on it, though.
As they always do.
Always. The commenters were ruthless about the sandwich shop's name, with some calling it the dumbest business name in the world.
Ouch.
But then you have a user named Champagne Hangover, who is apparently our favorite commenter today, defending Katie by saying she looked good and, quote, less blobbish in a recent photo. I know, it is a wildly backhanded compliment, but it stands out because other commenters were literally comparing Katie's looks to an older Carol Burnett.
The internet remains ruthlessly focused on aesthetics, which is basically the baseline tax of being a reality TV star.
Sadly true.
My quick opinion. Katie navigating her way back onto television, launching a business, and managing the inevitable internet vitriol is a clear strategic win.
I agree.
But, speaking of businesses and internet vitriol, let's look at what happens when the business of reality TV hits actual legal red tape.
Yes. Let's move across the country to the East Coast. We are talking about Bethenny Frankel and the concept of manufactured exclusivity.
She is the queen of that.
She really is. So Bethenny just opened a pop-up called Supermodel Cafe in East Quogue, Quogue.
Okay.
It serves her signature protein-packed, lower-calorie comfort food. And on paper, it was a massive hit. It drew over 700 people on day one and completely sold out of chicken salad.
A logistical success in terms of foot traffic, for sure.
Right. But the foot traffic was actually the problem. They were immediately slapped with a warning stop work order, like a giant yellow notice plastered right on the building.
Oh, no.
Yeah. From the Southampton Town Public Safety Administrator, Ryan Murphy, they were cited for sidewalk obstructions and unpermitted signage. And apparently, officials claim these notices were given before the cafe even opened, but the business failed to take corrective action.
Let's look at the mechanics of local town permitting in wealthy enclaves like this.
That's notoriously difficult.
Extremely. A yellow stop work order is normally a highly embarrassing, catastrophic, logistical failure for a business owner.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
It signals you don't have your house in order.
Yeah.
So how did Bethenny frame this bureaucratic failure?
Oh, she masterfully spun it. She immediately jumped on TikTok and told her followers that yes, they got a stop work order, but they don't actually have to stop working because they aren't doing construction.
Classic.
She literally crowned herself the Billy Joel of bagels and declared that they are going to play until they can't play anymore.
The Billy Joel of bagels.
I mean, it is the ultimate reality TV humble brag to claim you are simply too popular for the local municipality to handle.
It is elite PR spin. She reframed a municipal code violation into a testament to her overwhelming market demand.
She really flipped the script.
She did. She shifted the entire narrative from, we failed to secure our permits, to, the crowds love us too much for the establishment to control. It feeds directly into the disruptive outsider who wins persona she has cultivated for over a decade.
But the audience isn't buying the spin entirely.
What are they saying?
One commenter sharply pointed out that East Quogue isn't technically the Hamptons, invoking Sonja Morgan's famous line about refusing to do Quogue.
Oh, that's a deep cut.
Yeah, and another user aggressively criticized the cafe's entire concept, calling it pro-Anna, which means pro-anorexia, and trashy.
That's a heavy critique.
Very heavy. They argued that selling low-calorie bagels with frosting is a fundamentally toxic message to broadcast to young women.
This encapsulates the duality of her specific brand architecture perfectly. Well, she possesses the marketing gravity to attract 700 people to a pop-up, right?
Yeah.
But her underlying messaging consistently attracts fierce criticism regarding diet culture and the manufactured exclusivity of the Hamptons lifestyle. It's like this high-wire act of constant engagement through polarization.
It really is. Okay, while we are out on the East Coast, let's grab a super rapid-fire update on another New Jersey alum.
Let's hear it.
Albie Manzo just revealed that he talks to his sister Lauren's ex-husband Vito more than he actually talks to Lauren herself.
Wow.
Wait, how does that even work at family holidays? That level of enmeshment is just wild to me.
It is very complicated.
Naturally, a fan in the comments immediately blamed their domineering mother, Caroline, for the divorce, claiming if she had stayed out of it, the marriage would have survived.
Reality TV families operate with entirely different boundary structures than the general public.
You can say that again?
The Manzo family dynamic has always been deeply enmeshed, driven by a matriarchal center. When a divorce happens in a system like that, allegiances don't cleanly sever, they just reroute.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's messy, but it's entirely consistent with the psychological profile of families who build empires on television.
Boundaries truly do not exist in this genre.
Not at all.
Let's wrap up our daily drama tour by heading back west to the OC, where boundaries are not just crossed, they are utterly obliterated.
Orange County.
Past and present are colliding between Alexis, Shannon, and Tamra.
The eternal cyclical economy of Orange County grievances. Let's break down the current state of play.
Okay, so Alexis Bellino is out there sharing what she calls the biggest misconception about her relationship with Shannon Beador.
Right.
This is all happening amid Alexis's highly publicized relationship and now marriage to Shannon's ex, John Jansen.
Which is just a whole situation on its own.
Entirely. But Alexis is also actively trying to rewrite her own Bravo history right now.
Of course she is.
She is claiming that the network actually begged her not to quit after season 8, only to abruptly turn around and fire her later.
The revisionist history of reality TV departures is always fascinating to decode.
It's never just, I got fired.
Never. Cast members rarely admit they were let go due to low audience engagement, right? There must always be a complex narrative involving network executives begging them to stay.
Yeah, and the fans see right through it. A commenter called her an obvious liar, mocked her old Alexis Couture fashion line, and bluntly stated there is no way the network begged her to come back.
The fans don't forget.
They really don't.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Shannon is dealing with fires on multiple fronts. She is currently addressing her deeply fractured friendship with Tamra Judge. Tamra.
Again.
Right. And in a twist that literally no one saw coming, Vicky Gunvalson is attempting to play the peacemaker between them.
Vicky as peacemaker.
I know. All of this is going down while Shannon is also managing ongoing tension with Heather Dubrow. Another fan hit the nail on the head, commenting that you can never take a friendship with Tamra seriously because she will inevitably turn on you for a storyline.
Look at the underlying mechanics of the Real Housewives franchise. It is an incredibly closed ecosystem that relies entirely on recycled relationships.
Completely.
The fact that Vicky is now acting as the peacemaker between Shannon and Tamra, when all three women have been bitter, sworn enemies at different points over the last decade, demonstrates how cyclical this environment is.
It's dizzying.
The Shannon and Tamra dynamic isn't a real friendship, you know?
Yeah.
It is an endless loop of betrayal and reconciliation designed strictly to keep the production schedule moving.
So it's just business.
Exactly. Quick opinion. It is completely exhausting to track the shifting loyalties, but it remains a highly effective formula for television. We just have to accept the cycle for what it is.
It really is just an endless loop that changes shape every season.
Pretty much.
When you look at all these stories today, I mean, from Jax weaponizing an IEP and a leaked email, to Bethenny spinning a municipal stop work order into a marketing victory, to the OC cast recycling decade-old alliances, you have to wonder, is there any line between real life and content for these stars anymore? Or is literally every human interaction just an asset to be leveraged?
That is the big question.
But hey, if you thought today's email leaks and stop work orders were chaotic, just wait until tomorrow. We've got an explosive rumor about a major Housewives casting shakeup that has an entire franchise pausing production. You are not going to want to miss the fallout. See you next time.